All right, everybody, welcome back. So I got for you today another Kizer knife. Kizer has been doing it. I don't know. They got my attention with the beg litter. Now they've got my attention with something else. So go ahead and sit back and relax. Let's talk blades, everybody. That's what we're into. So, Kizer. And of course, this doesn't look like a normal Kizer box because this is one of their cheaper knives. And so, I'm sure you guys probably already got an idea of what this is just by looking at the title. It doesn't say it on here. Maybe it does, just in Chinese. Here it comes with the paperwork and the cloth that has been known to come with Kizer knives, so that's really nice. All this stuff. And the cloth, so that's really cool. It's a nice little touch. And of course, here it is, everybody. The Kizer Junges. It's spelled Junges. Someone said Junges. Some kind of weird fungus among us. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. So you're looking at, here's the Kizer. And the steel on this is something I haven't really heard of till now. So this is a V355 1N1 steel. Sounds like a tool steel, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't know what this steel is compared to, if I were to be able to compare it to anything, so this will be the first time I will have any experience with this. I'm going to start carrying it a little bit. It's a very small knife, but it looks it looks pretty, it looks like it would be bigger, right? Anyways, I think it's German, Junges, but here it is. The name is on the back right here. Junges. I think that's the maker's mark right there, too. If I can get it to focus. I guess that's as good as it's going to get. Well, that's really nice. I like it, even though it's a small knife. I can get a full 4-finger grip on there, and there's nice jimping up here for the thumb. I sliced my thumb open at work, so have this on there. Bleeding like crazy for no reason. So, yeah. Feels a little shorter than I'd like it to be handle-wise, but I can get a full grip on there, and it's fine. Hammer grip is okay. Saber grip is okay. So you got this crazy-looking kind of clip point on there, so that's pretty nice. I really, really like that. Someone told me that it looks like a broken blade, and it kind of does. We'll get into the specs and all that of this knife. You're trying to look for the price. Amazon has it for about $58 right now. I got the G10 version, and I like G10. It's just functional. They had another version. They had I think it was a micarta handle scales. I didn't like how the micarta looked. It looked like a dirty brown. I was a little on the bench on that one. I wanted that, but then I was like, nah, kind of just go with the traditional G10. That's what I like. So micarta is nice, but I don't know. After a while, when it gets dirty, you kind of have to kind of clean it up, and that's just a whole nother step that, I don't know. I'm not really, I mean, I don't have a problem with micarta. I just don't really prefer it too much. I mean, if it comes with it and that's the only thing that it comes with, then fine. But if I could choose, I'd choose obviously G10. So there's this one. And we'll go ahead and get into how much it weighs, and we'll do some size comparisons. I got a couple of knives out right now for that. Comes in at a whopping 3.46 ounces. Under 4 ounces. So this is pretty light. And of course, you just saw me pick it up like this. So a little pinch grip right there. That's actually not too bad. I'll go ahead and get into the measurements of this thing. So at the tip, and it's about a 3-inch cutting edge with a 7 1/8 inch all together. So the handle, I believe, yeah, it's a 4-inch handle. It's not bad. That's pretty small, actually. But I really do like that deep carry pocket clip on there. It does make a difference. I don't like too much sticking out. So having that little bit and literally less than that sticking out of the fabric is actually really, really nice. So this is actually good. This is actually really, really good. It's just, I don't know. I really like the look of this. For a smaller knife, it looks really great. And then, of course, I'll just go ahead and, you know what? Here, how about this? I'm kind of all over the place. I'm sorry. I just came home from work, so 11.2 millimeters on the handle, and of course on the blade, you're looking at a 2.5 millimeters. If that's any difference to you at all, or if it makes a difference to you, it's still pretty thin, pretty light, and it's smaller. So this is probably great for EDC. The only thing that worries me a little bit is obviously the tip looks it's a very fine tip. I wouldn't pry with this knife. You could damage the tip on there, very much so. And look at that. Look at how fine that tip comes. That's like needle sharp right there. This is great. And of course, the question is, could you use this for self-defense? Of course you could. It just looks like you can, and I wouldn't doubt it, especially with a tip like that. Yeah, you could. I think you could. You know what this reminds me of, though, to be honest with you? And I got it right here. Yep, I busted out the Yojimbo. It reminds me of the Yojimbo. And I'll tell you why. So here it is in all its glory. I'll move these out of frame just a little bit. You guys can see it a little better. All right. I can tell you right now, the handle is... I don't know if it's really... Here, I'm going to lift up the camera just a little bit so you guys can see that. It's a little bit smaller than the Yojimbo. Of course, the Yojimbo's got a bigger handle. See that? Even a little bit sticks out from under here. It has that thumb ramp right there. This is meant and designed for self-defense. This is not. This, I don't think it is. But you could, because it has that jimping right there on the thumb, on the thumb ramp right here. And it's a little bit, I mean, it's shorter, but it's not at the same time, because you still get a whole 4 fingers on there without feeling like you're missing some space. You know, like if I'm really, really trying to make it look like I'm losing space, then yeah, I'll do that. But all the way up, I don't feel cramped at all, to be honest. But that's just my hands. And it reminds me, I don't know why, but it kind of reminds me of this. Just the way that the handle is, how short it is, it just feels like that. And of course, you know, it doesn't have the Wharncliffe blade style. That's that, like this, you know, big old box cutter on steroids type look. And you got this. So, a little size comparison for you guys of the, if you have the Yojimbo, then that's that with this. And why not? I'll go ahead and bust out whatever I'm carrying in my pocket right now, which is, pretty sure you guys know what this is. This is the Benchmade Bailout. And of course, yes, this thing is very light, very nice, but I don't prefer this, only because the handle scales are very thin, kind of plastic handle scales, and that kind of bothers me. There's no support behind the handle scales at all. But I really do like the locking mechanism on here. It is very fidget friendly, but I don't know. I don't really prefer this knife very much. I like how it feels in the pocket. It feels like there's hardly anything there. And yes, I don't own a bug out. I thought it was really plain looking, but I like this one because it looked just a little bit more tactical in its design, and I'm into Tonto tips, so it was really, really cool looking. So I ended up getting it. And I just didn't like, the handle scales kind of make me a little nervous. If you can pinch your handle scales together, that really worries. It's kind of a worrying thing. So yeah, so here's the size comparison. Oh, sorry, I'm moving all kinds of stuff here. So here it is. I'm gonna move the camera up for you guys so you guys can see that. So yeah, I mean, it's not too much. It's kind of like the middleman. You know, you got the longer Yojimbo, and then you got the, you know, slightly shorter Bailout, and then in the middle you have the Junges. That's a very interesting kind of appeal to it, at least to me anyways. If you're interested in this is actually a pretty decent, I mean, this right here, this is a, was it $160, $170 knife right here. This is a, when I checked, it was 150, 140, 150, somewhere around there for this knife. And then the Junges comes into a whopping $60 to $70 for this little guy right here. So this is probably a little bit more budget friendly for whoever wants to go into that. And of course, get these out of the way, and then we'll go ahead and do some cutting with it, just to show how sharp it is. Fresh new piece of paper. It's a little bit bent up in certain places, but it'll do. It'll do. That was perfect. Let's try it again. Yep. Sorry, I'm trying to get this in camera. Trying. It's not working out for me. Oh yeah. A little bit funky. Yeah, this thing is super crazy sharp. Yeah, and then of course the tip. I'm just gonna drag it across the paper, and we'll see if it just cuts. That's not even me trying. I just dragged it across the paper, and look at that. That is needle sharp. And then of course the piercing. Yeah, that is crazy. So if you're into this sort of thing, get one, man. This is one heck of a slicer. But if you're not into the whole murdery looking thing, then it's probably not for you. But this is quite small for what it is. It really is. And this isn't something that I'm into. Obviously, I don't like smaller knives, but the way that this looks and feels in the hand looks like it could be a cross between a good EDC and would be good self-defense if it ever were to come down to that, which I hope and pray that it never will. But it's a great little knife that looks more than just a tool, in my opinion. It kind of looks, I don't know, it looks a little bit intimidating. I mean, you pull this little guy out, I'm pretty sure people will just laugh at you, but at least it's a little bit more public friendly. It's not as big, it's not as scary, it's not as, hey, look at me. It's not really screaming, you know. But if you're looking for something that might give you a little boost in confidence, especially if you're in a little sketchy area, this might be good. It's nice and small, got a deep carry pocket clip, you slip it in and out the pocket, and you got yourself a little backup, you know, heaven forbid they ever need it. But it's actually kind of cool. I like it a lot. It feels good in the hand, even though it's a little bit shorter than I'd like it to be, but I get a full grip on here for it being a small knife. So that's really cool. I like that. So here it is in all its glory. The Junges from Kizer. Go ahead and get you some. And I hope you guys had a Merry Christmas. And if I don't see you guys or don't post a video, I hope you guys have a Happy New Year. And I'll see you guys in the next video. If you are interested in more of these Chinese knives, let me know, because I think I have another one coming. So, as always, be kind, be safe, carry responsibly. Go ahead and slash that like button if you haven't done so. Stab that subscribe button. And I will see you guys in the next video.